Okay. Chapel, do you have the root text of this? Is say isolating something? Shut up. Not yet. 10:30. Yeah. You see it? Oh, and then you have it, right, firstly? The root text.
Which
it's chapter 9. Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Avoid all trifling distractions and reside in the solitude of wilderness.
And the next line, next two line.
Abandon frivolous words, constantly guard their speech.
Okay, so this still we are talking on it, and then so today just more clarify on what it means isolations or solitude, right? So in general, we're saying that isolated your body and isolated your mind, also speech. So isolated or solitude, isolated, right?
Isolate in solitude.
Yeah, isolate your body, speech, mind. That's what it says. So isolate your body means not too much involved in busy life, and then isolate your mind means more free from conceptualizations, the conceptual thought. So, and then isolate speech means less talk, right? So that's just last time we talked like isolate regarding the place. The isolated body means more talking about that. Choose the place which has a less crowdy or which can more help support your practice better, include meditation and so on, right? So, and then isolated mind has a few different level. So, which last time we talked about isolation, not really cover the isolation mind. We just cover the speech. The good that not talk too much. In general, yes, we should try more speak or talk about the positive and virtuous things instead of non-virtuous speech. But sometimes we don't know. So therefore, best things learn, less talk always, right? So it will be more better saviors. So regarding the mind isolating, it's just a conceptualizations or conceptual thoughts, which saying that not too much have or yeah, I'd say not too much think, which is meaningless, right? Yeah. So we are just careful and thinking too much, two different things, right? So while we're careful, we have to find some kind of doubt, which is possible to having it, but sometimes we think over, right? So yeah, for example, last night, the one lady talks to me, the Tibetan who live in Portland. So she said, "Oh, one of the guy kick it from our company. They worked in Whole Food. So, and then they might come back to hold gun and kill our boss. So she's too much worry on it. That's overthinking. Overthinking, right? Too much worry is overthinking. Like, therefore I say careful and too much worry is different. So careful is not necessary to have too much worry. but sometimes we do too much worry, over worrying, and which is we never know happening or not happening, but too much worry. So that kind of thing, saying conceptual thoughts, so isolated from that. So today I'm going to talk about the isolation is saying here, less desire, and let me read the text here. Say less desire and isolate from self-centeredness mind, and then isolate from all these mental afflictions, the desire and anger and so on, right? Which is difficult for us, but this is the part one to practice. So let me read the first commentary of this root text. The furthermore, guard your speech, a nest of defect. Harbor no attachment and release them with ease. So that's part of saying isolating is no attachment is part of the isolating your mind. And then continues here, say, thoroughly uproot their tree of poisons, natural the tree of others' welfare, the soul medicines that brings fruit joy, with tranquil and joyful mind. Seek in your heart the excellent wilderness, a place of the solitude. So the best solitude is more saying that having altruism mind to others, or more like a cherish to others. It means you should isolate from self-centeredness, self-cherishing, right? And then again, continues here, the listen to me, Gyalwai Jungne. Gyalwai Jungne is the Atisha's, the great disciple who is in Tibetan. Said here, please, such as these samsara are distractions. The disciplines world or disciples' wilderness is an isolation of the body. The Bodhisattva's wilderness is an isolation of the mind. Those state wherein self-desire is relinquished and others' welfares is found are good. This is the true solitude, even in our town, in the midst of people. So here, the disciple, the wilderness and the isolate of the body, because it talks more about moral ethics, right? So your body used for associate with the more moral ethics than it isolating from negative actions, right? So that's how disciple here is refers to the we have a three practitioner regarding Buddhism. The one practitioner we call here listener practitioner, right? Or hearer practitioner. Those are too much emphasizing on the moral ethics in order to reduce attachment on everything, samsaras, right? So therefore saying this is the one of the best isolated to engage more and more ethics. And then it's a Bodhisattva's wilderness and isolation of the mind, which just means Bodhisattva mind is 100%, that mind is 100% cherished to others. Nothing to, they even don't have any single thoughts that cherish to yourself. So that is the best isolating mind, isolated from self-centeredness and engage more cherish to other. So this is here saying, and then this is the best saying, right? So this is a true isolated, even in a town in the midst of. So true isolated means even you are more staying in a solitary place, which is the quiet place, but mind is too much distracted. You are still not isolated, right? So, and even you are just by your home and you are too much busy, I have to complete this, I have finished this and that. So it's still not isolated. So once your mind try to mind more isolated from that negative thoughts, that will be the true isolated saying. The even is town. Yeah, that's who others welfare is the founder's good. This is the true solitude. Yeah. So that means true solitude means like that, right? So, mm. And then the point here saying is try your mind not associated with a negative emotion, or try to free from those negative emotion, right? So this is the how we need to do practice for regarding talking here solitude. So and then if you are really try to free from your inner negative emotion, and this is the you are the heroes or bravier who having victories from enemies, right? The victories from enemy is what happened in the world is not really victorious each other, right? So make more complicated problem. So actual victories from free from enemies or get we call victory, right? The victories from enemy is your inner emotions try like a controlling or reduce or eliminate your inner negative emotions. This is the best, right? That's a saying. That part also, I have a few lines from the commentary. So what is really called, what is called hero to whom, right? So, okay. This is just a rough outline. The compassionate one, a hero among heroes, who constantly don the armor of effort. The effort is one of them, right? The we call the armor as a effort as an armor because it's armor is to use for protect your save and protect your life, right? So same way effort will be protect and save your life. um, that effort is not, we might have a different definition effort, right? So in Tibetan we have a few different terms, which is work hard. It's when we use the effort as translated from Tibetan tsundu, it's only enthusiastic for virtues, enthusiasms, right? So that work hard for like a garden, work hard for other things are not called the effort or tsundu Tibetan word. We just call it's hard work, right? So tsundu must be referred with virtues, which is have a, sometimes we translate as a joyful effort instead of just saying effort. So added the joyful, so then it will become a tsundu's translation. The joyful effort is not the joyful for doing anything. So joyful effort is joyful for putting effort for like virtuous actions, such as meditation or try to being patient or so on and so on, right? Those that we call tsundu. And that's exactly help you to your minds isolate from those negativities as well your body. So that we call armors, right? The constantly done the armors of efforts whose miraculous power provide the what called pervade the
Universe.
universe. Okay, so universe pervade the universe. Okay. Um, um, whose miracles power pervade the universe. Okay, when you see the line, what do you understand? Who miracles powers pervade the universe? What do you understand?
See, miraculous powers, I'm thinking that might be a translation of cities. So.
Cities?
Yeah, cities, yeah. So like saying how someone who has tamed their mind and has developed compassion is able to perform these sort of feats of almost like magic or these cities to be able to help other beings.
Yeah, okay. It could be CD, yes. But a miracle is not just uh okay, just generally let you know that for I personal not agree with the miracle things, right? Because logic is everything is depend on cause and effect, right? As well as depend on cause, why miracle there? So miracle means sometime like it popped up in some nice things, right? So it's happening, it's miracle. So based on our philosophy, almost there are no miracle things. So everything depend on effort, work hard, right? So everything depend on cause. As well as cause is there, as results comes. No cause there, then there are no miracle. So
You could look at that and say miraculous powers might be powers that seem to be a miracle.
mhm.
Miraculous doesn't necessarily mean there's a miracle happening. It means it's beyond our understanding. I think, is that?
I've heard it translated, like sometimes they say supramundane or kind of like supernatural, like that doesn't mean that.
No, it is not superman and supernatural. It is part of the some kind of power that you can develop inner, right? So you can transform many things here and there. It's kind of like a magic. It's one of the power there. But I just remember that I would like to mention the miracle means like I just clarify in general miracle. I'm not really talking this line. So general miracle means that many people accept it. Therefore, I just say that based on our philosophy, there are no miracle, right? But you can build it up some kind of magic, or some kind of clear wine, good quality insight through by the effort and practice, right? So that kind of things you're talking here. So okay, let me read continues. And who abide in solutions no matter where he is, such as excellent being is a hero indeed, right? So abide in isolation means even you are in a crowded place, you are calm, right? And not makes you anxiety or not makes you nervous and so on and so on. Still you are calm. That's also said is excellent being a hero indeed, because it's difficult to do it, right? So when in a community or in a like a crowded place or with some companies, it's very difficult to being calm, difficult to being like a as exactly as how you are alone, right? And also it's difficult to being mindfulness. So who can be mindfulness and more calm at that moment? That one of the best heroes. Mhm.
Are we saying be in isolation in a crowd, being egoless at that moment?
Abide in isolation matter where he is means like distractions. Yeah. So equalness maybe come later. Yeah. So that's more distracted from outside, right? And no mindfulness. That's the saying. So even in a crowded place, not distracted to you, it is say heroes, right? Such as an excellent being are heroes. He who is not devoted by distractions, but take them into the such an excellent skill, one he is a hero indeed. Um, um, Yeah, such an excellent skilled one, he is a hero indeed. So when so that distraction is the skillful way you're turning into the path instead of cause you distracted and then more brings you more suffering, right? It's you can turn into the path that distractions. So with the skillful way, that's a called hero. So okay, what does really means? Let's say in your family, say someone fighting in front of you, right? So two brother or sister or like some relatives fighting in front of you. At that moment, so can you turn that actions and situation into the path? Or you can turn into the learn something to develop your inner good, right? Or you can use it for calm minds. So that's that we call turning into the path, right? So so it's in front, a lot of fighting is going. So and then it's not saying you just watch it, right? But very important, the first step, you must need to be clear mind and mindfulness and calm, right? Even the fighting. Based on that, whatever you react will be better. So because skillful is there. So same time you distracted and having like a more nervous and worry, then there are no skillful. You will lost the skillful or not. You because your analytical mind will be lost, right? So therefore no skillful there. So the calm mind will be brings you more skillful, and then they can use you can see better method to better solution to overcome from that difficulty situations, right? So therefore, it's saying here that skillful way to anything that you distracted to you, you just turn into the path to make yourself better, right? Turn into the path that less suffering. So okay, then you might have a question how, right? Do you okay. So let's say again, it's happening here. There's a lot of fighting in front of us, right? And then I might do first things like, oh yeah, this is the samsaric being who had anger. Will do that. This is the do that. So that's what I'm learning to try to make my minds calm, right? So understanding what the nature of the human beings, or what is the reaction after having angers, what is the reaction after having jealousies. This all we know. That's exactly happening what I knows, right? And there's no surprise. Good morning. Yeah, there are no surprise, right? So that's one thing comes to my mind. And then other things, when I look at them, the fightings, I might be do like a what's it? Yeah, based on that understanding nature, I might develop my kind or compassionate, because see them suffering as they are fighting, but actually they are suffering. But sometimes the fighting we not realize they are suffering, right? Because we just realize they have anger and they are bad. That's the only we realize. So furthermore, if we understand what is natural it is, then it's help you to develop your kind mind and compassion. So that's use that fighting to develop your compassion, right? So this is the turning into the path to gaining some good inner qualities. Is this clear? Okay. And then continue reading here. Say, he who destroyed the what's called dense afflictions with their antidotes. Such an excellent being is a hero indeed. Again, what is difficult for us, right? We know antidote, but same time when we arise it, all this negative emotion, we cannot apply it or we cannot reduce it, even if we know the what is the antidote, right? So it's a lot of happening, right? So in general, we know, okay, patient is good, compassion is good. What does the patient means? What does the compassion means? What is definition of it? And then what does really help us in daily life to overcome suffering, this and that? All this we knows, right? So even we knows, but at the moment when we strong anger manifested, then we are out of control, right? So we will not realize, oh yeah, they have an antidote there. Or we cannot apply to it because we don't have to let it go, the anger. I have to hold anger because I want the right thing to do it, right? Because therefore I'm holding anger. So we have another negative reason to holding anger. Therefore, the antidote actually useless at the moment, even you knows, right? Or even you try to apply, but the power of anger is too strong. Sometimes it's not worked. So not working means not that antidote is weak. To who are applying, their practice is weak. So sometimes they knows they cannot help, or sometimes they don't want to apply antidote for that, right? Sometimes we do have a strong attachment on some things. Then we don't want to let it go because too much interesting on it. And it makes some kind of pleasures. Therefore, we don't want to let it go. So therefore, forget about antidote. Antidote stay in a book. Don't come to me. So she would just say, okay, I know, but this is not time. Let me enjoy it, right? This is not time to apply the antidote. Let me enjoy it. So this is how we build up the bad habits. So therefore, we have a many reason. Sometimes we intently not applying antidote, or sometimes we forgetting it. Sometimes even we apply the part of the opposite, a negative emotion are too strong. It cannot reduce it. So there are many. It's close there. Okay, so we're going to stop maybe 10, 20 minutes, and then we're greeting Rinpoche is coming, and then we'll come back. Okay, so who in online, you can hold it here.
But I can't leave the.
If you guys are coming, you can come now.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's so sorry.
You can put, or you can bring to the, give it Tashi and Tashi will bring up to the Rinpoche's room. Yeah.
Numbers in and it goes right there to any. I could probably do that. Join the service. The thing that you said. Maybe I don't believe it. Because it gives the whole with it. I got you. How long is Geshe staying?
Looks like until May 6th. 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we might need to wait Chopal to recording it. Yeah, I'll wait here and let him come.
Thank you for asking.
Okay. Oh yeah. So okay, so they're saying who destroy the dense afflictions with their antidotes, right? The destroy or reduce by their antidote. But also what I mentioned earlier, also that sometime we might not know what is antidote for each mental afflictions, right? So what we have to do when I have anger, what do we have to do when I have a jealousy, and so on, so on. So yeah, we might not know the antidote. But only the antidote can help. So your idea is not necessary to help, right? So sometime maybe your own idea to reduce could be matched with this, what is antidote, sometime not. So therefore, understanding antidote is get from learning, not the natural way to do it, right? Natural way to come out. So therefore, good to know what are the antidote for each mental afflictions, what are general. So sometime that regarding Buddhism talks many different type of antidote for each mental afflictions, and also there are general antidote which can reduce everything, right? There are many different way to apply antidote. There are many different level of antidotes there. So therefore, it's good to know and apply it, right? So that's the saying, who affliction with their antidotes, such as excellent beings, hero indeed. Otherwise, once you have some kind of difficulty in your daily life, have some problem in your daily life, then you having anger to yourself, you're not really applying antidote, right? So, and then once when you have a problem with someone else and you try to fight, that's not really applying antidote. Or you try to sleep, even is not a good antidote, right? So antidote means directly reduce it, not avoiding it. So most of our idea in daily life, what try to overcome by those negative thoughts and negative actions, is just try to avoiding it. The avoiding is good at the beginner, but not good in always, right? Because it's returning, come back again. Avoid will be not let you finish it. It's circling again and again, right? So therefore, good to apply antidote. So yeah, and again, one more time repeating here, most of our idea in our daily life try to overcome by any problem or finding solution for problem. Most of solution is not really antidote. It's most of solution is avoiding it, right? Avoiding is not reducing it, right? So that's because your anger, once you sleep, your anger will be sleep at the same time, but when it comes out, same amount will become out, right? Reducing means today you have 100-degree anger, then next month maybe 99. That's the reduce, right? Next month same 100-degree anger. In the middle you don't have it. That means you not really apply the antidote, right? So antidote must be reduced or eliminated. That's a big difference to avoiding and applying antidote. So we should know that and then find out what is the exactly antidotes are. And I say, he who has no attachment despite living, amid immeasurable wealth, is a hero indeed, right? So because once we have lot of money, that always change our mind, right? So therefore, many of my friends say, "Oh, I win the lottery, then I give it to you." No trust, no trust. But they're saying truth. At that moment, they really sincerely saying it. It's truth. But we know once you have it, then it's going to change it. There's no trust. So anyhow, but yeah, many people see that. In the beginning, they're good friends, right? And then they become more wealthy, then they stay away from their friends. What reason there? So because they cannot control their mind. Even you are like a very wealthy, but you're still like a being humble and humilities. That's the hero, right? So same time, once you have become a very wealthy and riches, same time you change it big, then you are childish, not a hero. So right? Oh, yeah. Um, so most of us is changed by wealth. Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, something come into my mind, but it's what I thought it. So okay, that's fine. So okay, this is the how talking about heroes. Still, we are continuous talking about how your mind should isolate it from those negativity, right? And then giving example here. Those are the hero who are isolated or solitude from those negativity, and others are childish. So and it's a he who contemplates non-conceptuality even while surrounded by wonders is a hero indeed. uh, Non-conceptually means it's like say let's say you are surrounded by many the famous people and powerful people and richest people. So at that moment, if you are not really control your thought and mind, then again you're going to change it, right? So you lose your humilities. You might same you lose your kind mind and compassion. All those things you might lose it. So humbleness also lose it because of surrounding by many famous and riches, and then we immediately we feel that, oh, I'm something special, right? So this is the makes us always deluded us change here and there. When think I am special, then you did not see what really actually what is the truth. You do not see the truth when you feel that I'm special, right? So because it's that thought like a it's build your increase a lot of your like egos, right, and pride, and then that also the attachment that blocks you see what is reality is. Therefore your manners and everything's going to change it, but actually we lose all this the good manners things, right? So, but even this kind of things, if, at the moment you are being more control your mind or your thoughts, then you are hero saying that. Let's say the above line, who has attachment is despite living at measurable wealth. See, so President Dalai Lama, and then also we give in our master giving example always like the seven Dalai Lamas as example. So it's very wealthy, right? As a king of Tibet, it's very wealthy, gold and everything, a lot of things there in their treasuries. But the seven Dalai Lama always mention it. What I owe is only three things: my monk's robes, and the cups, and what things I forget it. So he always feel that I always do only these things, but all these are mine, but I not accepted that I owes it. It makes a big difference, right? So when something is mine, then it's going to change it. So therefore, I do not owe, then I don't care. So I only owe these things. Then continuously, even you are like a very wealthy or surrounded by many like powerful people, but still you will be humble, right? So and then President Dalai Lama's 14th Dalai Lama is same. It's like he have many followers, right? who is wealthy, powerful, famous, and then also the part of the wealthy he is. But look at his humbleness, right? So we know it's like a living compassion. So we know that therefore those are the example for us. Even you are surrounded by many good things, but you still as a human being who is very humble. That's really called hero. And then next, he who remain indifference while tormented by 100 harms is a hero indeed. Right? So very difficult. This is most difficult than earlier, right? So more difficult than like a wealthy being humble is more easier than this, right? So because by 100 harms, by still you are tormented and then remain calm, right? It's not react with like a yeah, those negative actions and thoughts. But the 100, even one harmful, we cannot handle it, right? So for very difficult, but of course 10, 100 is forget about it to being more calm, right? But always is possible. Is possible. Is again is depend on practice. This all showing us what is possible, that we can do it, that we do have a capacity and ability to build up those that exactly we can be hero. And then next say, he who does not think of joy while showered with the words of praise is a hero in it. So for us, even we know they're lying, way too praised, but we happy, right? We enjoy it. Isn't that right? So it's like, you are so handsome and you're so beautiful, or you are knowledgeable. We know who am I. I'm keep watching in the mirror of my face, right? I know it, but still happy, right? So that is, of course, then you cannot handle that actual, you do have that quality which people are praising to you. Then you definitely even more increasing egos, right? And then it deceived you. Last class we said it's battered by many things in our daily life, right? This is one of the batteries for us to deceive to us. After that, then you are become more ego, then you not let it go, and you try to prove it better and better and better, and then your entire times to text it to proving that you are better, how pleased to you, and then a lot of things you will not do it. So that's wasting time. so that's but sometimes, I really feel that people who praise by they have a quality, it makes sense. But even they do not have a quality, the praise, they're happy to hear it again and again. That's funny. Right? Yeah, that's the saying. And then next, he who does not fail pray well entertained, right? Entertained by million attractive maidens is a hero indeed. Yeah, so he or she, same. This is how before Buddha enlightened, and the Mara comes to destroy his meditations with the rough way, and they couldn't, because Buddha remaining same and calms, right? And after that, they send them like many attractive women to dancing and shows, many try to bring more desire, but Buddha remaining as the same. That's hero, right? So we could do it more easier than 100 harmful, right? So it's more easier. So again, sometimes it depends on training. If you do not have a training, naturally it's difficult to come to not distracted to you, right? This is the one of the biggest problem in our world. Um, Therefore, like all these business people, the hotel, restaurant, any business, they put in front the attractive one. They knows who we are. So therefore, we should respect as a human being. That's fine. There's no question, right? And we should take as a object of compassion. There are no question. But should we desire develop? No, right? This is then it will be cause us problem. That's the saying here. Who can remaining very calm, even those things happening in front of you, and then that's a hero, really hero. That is actually challenging it, right? And the next, a son of conqueror, a great hero. Son of conqueror means like a conqueror is Buddha, and son is like a Bodhisattvas, all the Bodhisattvas. The wise great hero, as I mentioned, their motivations and thoughts are completely cherish other, nothing to do with cherish themselves, right? So that's just the really great hero. Even like our great practitioner who attend nirvana, they cannot do that. So who attend nirvana, they still do have a cherish to themselves. But Bodhisattva, 100% cherish to other, nothing to do with their own. So their life, yes, is their life, but nothing to for their own. So all their life and times are spent for others. That's hero, it's called. Who remain undisrupted even when entering into the battle, right? So again, undisrupted means not saying that you shouldn't have any feeling, right? Undisrupted means not anger. Undisturbed means not bias or not any negative emotion at the moment when you see, right? So maybe a lot of going on in the fighting in the war. If we careful think, we might be one of the side, not in the middle, right? Maybe Israel, maybe Palestine. Who you support, right? Maybe, maybe Iran or maybe Israel, never know. So we always, that's the one of the class I mentioned, we are very difficult to remain on a yellow light. We must be choice either red or green. This is our habit, right? So staying in the yellow light will be the more saviors, and then save, not just save to you your emotion or your suffering, it's also save the world, so in environment, right? So you don't have to be part of one of these, right? So that the fighting, they think is this is how world call hero, who win by fight, their hero, the world hero. But in actual life is not heroes, because never ever overcome by their enemies. Even they win today, but still the enemies remaining there. They're not overcome by enemies, right? Therefore, not called is like a professional and heroes to who try to overcome by enemies. So right. So how long the fighting happening like Iran and Israel? How long? many years, and Ukraine in many years, right? How? So those are saying not really good things to do it, right? Don't have to be one side. See, this is the problem. This is the problem. So because we finding the peace, isn't it? When we find the peace, we should find the actual path, right path to find the peace. And then right path is not necessarily that what you choose it. Or you can test it, what you choose is the right path or not, right? So, or once you fail, that may be not the right path. So therefore, the right path is try to, the revenge, even the revenge or whatever we call, it's the bottom line is we should overcome by enemy, right? We should get more victories. And here the guiding eyes us what path is actually lead us victory by enemies. Otherwise, no, right? This is really we should notice it. Okay. And then say, and fight with the compassion is a hero intent. Yes. Yeah, fight with the compassion. Maybe you might find the complete fight with the compassion. It's very possible. Fight with the compassion and punish with the compassion, or also, you know, with this would say compassion has many different faces, right? So the example, the parents are keep pretending having strong anger to show the children to getting their behavior better, their homeworks done on a time. So that's how the parent does, right? Sometimes they do have actual anger, sometimes they pretend it. When they pretend it, inside they really don't have anger, but it's strong words shouted, right? Looks like anger, but inside the love there. That's possible, right? So, and then only that we are increasing this part, love with the shouting, love with the wrathful face. So that increasing it, this is how it goes with the compassion. And that can be applied for everyone, not only on child, right? So this is the saying here. The fight with the compassion is a hero intent. He who does not increases craving and grasping while what called dining, yeah. Yeah, and who on 100 delicious flavor is a hero indeed. So the piggy cannot do that. The piggies are cannot do that, right? So sometimes the piggies are, it's caused a lot of problem to self and others, right? The piggies are more getting anger, so the flexible, whatever, have it, right? So because the food is for surviving life, right? It's medicine. Take as a medicine, which is surviving life. Then it will help you to not too much picking, right? So from children to adult, we see a lot of picky things. Anyhow, this is not too much attached and grasping on it. That's the saying. That's actually heroes. And this is from the book of Kadam, the dialogues from Jewel Garland's, the commentary of the root text. And then I add here from Shantideva text, which is chapter 6, saying, even when the wise wish are right, even when the wise are suffering, their minds remain very lucid and undefiled. For when war is being what called? Yeah. Shantideva, Bodhisattva.
Wage.
Yeah, okay. Therefore, when war is being waged against afflictions, much harm is caused in the time of battle. So next, the victorious warriors are those who have disregarded all suffering, vanquish the foe of hatred and so forth. Common words slay only corpses. So that really hero is actually all the points saying who can control your inner enemies, right? That's really hero. Because once you overcome by inner enemies, it's automatically let you overcome by external enemies, because all the external enemies caused by inner enemies. Because inner enemies let you action negative, and once you take action negative, let them have some kind of negative thoughts. That's how. So keep problem in the walls. So therefore, I do not quote it from Shantideva. One quote is say, even your head is burning by fire, but not let it go to reduce afflictions, mental afflictions. You understand? Yeah. Or even someone say you are, I'll kill you or cut you, you not let go to reduce your mental afflictions. So it's really points showing that mental affliction, how it's harms to us. It's sometimes harms to us directly, sometimes harms to us indirectly. Like I said, attachment harms to us indirectly. Anger harms to us directly. Jealousy as well. So all these mental afflictions looks like a supporting in our daily life, but actually it harms. And also it says you can negotiate with the external enemy. You can have a conversation or dialogue between external enemy to overcome, but you cannot negotiate with the mental affliction. No matter what you do nice with mental affliction, never stop to harms to you, right? Mental afflictions are never feel that you being nice to them as human being. So human beings, they feels. Okay, if you be nice one time, two time, then they turn change, right? Mental affliction never change it. But we do opposite. We too much cherish our mental affliction, thinking as supporting our daily life, but not really cherish others, the beings who can change, right? Who can be turned into your friend, who can be supported to you, right? This is the Shantideva says chapter 6 and chapter 8. If you look at, there are a lot of good reason and example there how bad it is, mental afflictions, right? So it's remaining with yourself. It's always with you, those mental afflictions, and using your body, using your mind, but indeed you harms to you, continuously harms to you. It's like our shadow. It follows, but shadow is not harming, but mental afflictions is always with us. It harms. Their job is only harms, and then destroy it to their peace and their life, right? So that was saying it's good to realize. And if you really wants to be a hero and challenge, if you really wants to be a solitude mind, then stay away from those or try to overcome by those mental afflictions. So saying it. Okay, what do you think?
It reminds me of something, somebody else.
No, go ahead.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of something I read, I don't, it was in one of the sutras where I think it was, Shakyamuni Buddha said, you know, I gave my body this food and I washed it and treated it nicely, and yet still it sickens and, you know, and still I get pain, you know, it's like when you're saying you can't negotiate with your mental afflictions, you know, like we do all these things for our bodies and yet still at the end they die, they get sick, they cause pain, and it's like, you know, so best way, it reminds me of that, the best way is to like, you know, try to just get outside of that completely.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. So please, yeah.
In looking at the affliction that which is within, the one that you can't be nice to, you must. So is it that we look in, we try to understand it to a level where it just dissolves, that we have to rid ourselves of it, negotiating with it.
Yeah,
We have to recognize what it really is.
it is. Yeah, we should recognize how it harms and what is the final results to having anger and having attachment and so on. So after you recognize, then only need to be try to like let's say kick it out from your mind. So that's only we need to try. So that's you asking?
That's what I'm interested.
Okay, yeah. So therefore, their job is only harms. They said it's a big conclusions. Their job is no matter how nice being nice to holding those mental afflictions or supporting the mental affliction, and their result is only harms to us, right? Directly or indirectly.
We need to go in and like a weed in the garden, we need to go to the root. We need to just keep driving down on it once we recognize it until we see where it's.
Definitely, that's the whole point saying, yeah.
So related to what Tom said, so with the afflictions, the mental afflictions, as opposed to outward negative, like you said, outward negative, you can negotiate with. Inward, it's almost, you have to look at yourself as a warrior, that this has to be conquered. There's no compromising. I got to conquer the mental afflictions. It seems like that's one point. My other point is, okay, we know that. You say we accept that, which I do. Mentally. How, so is a mental affliction, which is always there, is rising up. How do we access the mindfulness in the moment to conquer it? Is it just the cumulative effect of our practice that just gets us closer and closer to that, catching it right away and nipping it?
That's one way you can do it, but sometimes, as I earlier mentioned, it's difficult. Even we recognize it arises now, it comes, now anger comes. So then your mind will be more busy with the anger, thinking reason of having anger, right? Why does these things to me? Why and this and that? So even you recognize it comes, but at the moment you cannot snap it. You cannot put it down, right? So instead of looking the movement daily, every day, if you try to more stay with the antidotes are, like say, I can pick up one, which is the great antidote, the compassion. So the compassion is cover a lot. So most of mental afflictions, special self-centeredness, which is also the rooted of all others mental afflictions, will be reduced. If you every day practice compassion, and then it's reduced automatically, or it's momently, once you recognize it arises, you can snap it, you can stop it before it goes to better action, like bad actions. So because sometimes it has a process to arising mental health. Each mental affliction has a process to arises, but they're very quick, very fast. So therefore we not realize how the process comes, right? So otherwise it has a process. First you see the object, then secondly you have a wrong thought on it, or you misunderstand on it, and then thirdly, like a simple, like a small angers manifested, and then it grows more and more and more, increases a lot. So that's the process actually, right? So as well as you soon meet the object which can increase your anger, you can stop at there, or same as attachment and jealousy or some other mental afflictions. You can stop in the moment before it's like it's getting more stronger, right? But it's really depend on daily practice. If you do daily practice, like compassion, and daily practice compassion, I'm talking regarding the Buddhist point of compassion. It's more mental strength. It's not the physical action, right? The Buddhist compassion is mental strength. The mental strength, the thinking others, thinking they are suffering, and then all the reason is not that my country, not that my relatives, not that my brother and sister. It's a human being or any other beings, right? Animal beings. This is the being who is suffering. This is the reason to generating your compassion. So if you stay with it, then slowly it's transformed or your like your mind become more braver and more wider to think people, and having more, your emotion can be more unbiased, those can be help. Once we are getting there, then it's really almost like a no anger and no attachment, or no, not manifesting it. That's that happening, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, Geshe, so if somebody tries to harm me,
Okay,
and I hit them back with compassion instead of anger, is that okay?
definitely. But you shouldn't feel that I lose it, right? I'm being compassion, they win it, right? Then I lose it because people might think I'm silly, right? Or uh, like my like a relatives might think I'm like a silly and nothing to do it. But actual, do you have to measuring by what happening in actual life, right? So you are patient now, you're being more patient instead of fighting back, instead of yelling back, you're just being quiet. The first point is you really not let their anger is, you're not supported their anger increases. So their anger is remaining as the same what they have it, right? By the way, this and their revenge mind will be almost not there because you'll be quiet. This is how we're winning actually, right? So if we fight back, next definitely come the revenge mind, resentments always there, right? Once resentments comes, never ended. So that's definitely, it's again, I'm saying it's very challengeable, difficult, but doable. And then, but at least you might need to see slight result doing this. If you see the very simple, small result, oh yeah, I have a benefit, then you can start it. You can go move forwarding. If you not sees any benefit for doing this, instead of benefit, you think I'm losing it, then you will give it up. So, but whenever you try do like the reaction bad, not reaction bad, just being more compassion and calm, at least you have to do many times, right? Once a month, 1 month. So then we can see the result. One time, yeah, yesterday I just being patient is not comes any results. I'm not happy. I have to talk to them. I have to take revenge. Then you turn back to normal life, right? So therefore, as we try to change, then we shouldn't go back to normal life. If we go back normal life, then we know what's happening in our daily life. It's constantly repeating it. Whatever suffering we have it, right? So the last point, or let me read it. The another isolating thing is so far is talking mental afflictions and self-centeredness, and also here saying, oh, the world unexamined diversity may seem attractive. How is that when propped, there are no more? There is so far they are unborn and empty of themselves. Pay, now let them be free in natural liberations. Drum, this is way of relinquishing the distractions. Drum, this is what my wilderness is like. Complete this with joy. What's that? Contemplate this with the joy, my followers. So Atish has talked to John. This is actual my isolate means I'm isolating from wrong view, which is like a self-grasping, right? Which is like there's this distraction. The point is saying that you should also isolate from wrong view, and then wrong view has a many different level. The root of the wrong view is self-grasping again, right? Those are saying here. Okay. So today's we talk different way to isolate it. The last week we talked about actual the place and body and mind should isolate it from others, which has become better practice. And today's more goes deeper, isolated your mind from all those mental afflictions and self-centeredness and self-grasping and so on. So this is the best way to do it. Once we can do it, then you will become a hero. That's the say it. Okay, any question? But still a few lines there to completing next week. Same root text, the explaining on the root text. Now from next here, after that, how you do practice to become a heroes or reducing those things. That's the saying.
Are you actually teaching Sunday?
Oh yeah, that's good reminding. No class, yeah. Yeah, not next, maybe next. Yeah, the next Sunday we will.
Next week, we have, thing Rinpoche,
Uh-huh.
then we have our
Rinpoche's class again. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's my break then. So, okay, remember, what I'm saying again, always I mention, whatever I talk today, even myself, very difficult to practice it. But always not give up for trying. I'm not giving up. So continuous trying it. And then because I see the small reason, a small result. So small result might be brings me continue to do it. And then yes. So as like we are competing or challenging with like say like 1,000 warriors, right? Which is very strong. All those mental affliction is regarding Buddhism, it says comes from beginningless. And we build it up, that habit, every life, that much strong, very strong and powerful. And then our mind, as a beginner practicing, beginner is in knowing that compassion and antidotes are. And then challenging with who is very strong to build up habit out to us life by life. It takes time. It definitely takes time. So, but never give up. We'll see the result. Right? Okay. It's not that easy how we talk today. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, one thing I was thinking about before was just the fact that, I mean, when I'm thinking about what did I do to cause the conditions that are now making me angry? And I just kind of go through that process of analyzing what it was that I could have done differently. You know, it helps, like, maybe not this time, but it helps last time. So I just passing that, that's like one of the things that I do as part of trying to control, the the anger is, ounce of prevention.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's, yeah. So, yeah, that's good. If you see there's benefit, then continuous, right? You can continue, yeah.
Relate to one thing I've read, that I think is not easy to implement, that if you look at, say, the particular person who's abusing you, if you could somehow immediately switch it around, that person is actually a gift to awaken you to your own selfishness. So rather than look at it as an adversary, look at it as like a gift and a friend to
Mm.
awaken you, it helps.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah.
Tell you how well.
You may have a lot of teachers then. Many teacher? You have many teachers?
I usually only have one at a time.
Oh, okay. Those teachers, we don't have to pay. So, and then they are supporting as volunteer to us to, to teach. That's very good. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.